All right, chat. Some Deadguy Ale, an old favorite that often has hard-ish time in different spots. We're here. We're back again because there's another new card that could potentially make my baby work. So we're gonna beat our head into the wall for a little bit. Never give up on your dreams, chat. That's right. Chip in a chair, a hope and a prayer, a sexy Sorin to drag us kicking and screaming across some finish lines here, maybe. So creates threats that lifelink against aggro. Draws cards against control, has a game-winning ultimate in a lot of situations if you'd applied any amount of pressure. So let's do it, huh? We've got some disruption and some cheap threats at the bottom end. Some more disruptive threats here. Got a plethora of creature lands in our mana base. Let's jump on into some games and see if we can keep up. Hey, thanks for the tip, Scholar. Probably have that one up tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. Hey, Strider Stone, thanks for the sub-gifties. How's Historic felt today? It's been good. I think Historic was in a spot that I would consider to be good before Crimson Vow dropped. And I think Historic feels like it's gotten to the point where new standard set releases, unless we have another Eldraine type experience, are not going to have huge, big, swingy changes to Historic. On average, new sets to Historic are going to be small format shifts or new additions to B-rate archetypes. More so than like big sweeping changes like we've gotten a lot lately. Yeah, I think Lapse is gonna stay suspended. I agree. Hey, thanks, Strider. I'm really happy with the tournament we put on yesterday. We broke 95% for the amount of time we spent showing matches of Magic on stream yesterday, which is just like actually incredible, exceeded my own expectations. My goal with adding more staff was to increase from 70, which was our previous average, to 80%. I literally just didn't edit the YouTube cut. The YouTube cut is just the live stream, and it's got the 3 short ad breaks in it. Because I was like, I'm not editing it just to cut out 9 minutes worth or so of content out of the 7.5 hours. Like, we crushed it. All right. Speaking of crushing, am I supposed to GM Sorin? I think I just play second Sungold and don't play the third because I think the second Sungold gets the Wrath of God here. Correct, and leaving the ad rolls in gives the sponsors a little bit extra.
For the sake of all Innistrad, my will must be.
So they haven't showed red mana, so I don't have to worry about Sorin getting Helix tier. I think if they were showing Jeskai already, I would probably just up Sorin to draw a card because I wouldn't want to lose him to a Helix. But because they look like just blue-white, I'm going to downtick to start. Fenonix and Bassist, thanks for the follows. And Slow Imp, thanks for the 33 months. Start with this and see what we get.
Blood for knowledge.
How do we feel about cracking them for 5 here? I think I'm kind of into it. Just like don't play into a counterspell. Yeah, like we have some pressure. We have a card advantage engine going. They could have a Shark Typhoon here, which like kind of incentivizes me to play more to the board. Excuse me? This is a card I want to explore in this format at some point. I don't know where it goes, but somewhere is the answer. Wait, they could have eaten my vampire there, right? So that was a punt on their part? That was tapped out. It goes in Simic Flash. No, I don't think Simic Flash is good enough in this format. And like it hasn't put up results so far. And I think if I wanted to explore this one, Strider Stone, I would want it explicitly in non-blue-green decks to see if like non-blue-green decks can leverage this type of Flash counterspell better than blue-green has. Like blue-green has always had this effect and it's not felt good enough there. Sorin makes Vampire Lighthawks, chat. It's almost Vampire Nighthawk, but it's light a keyword. They have another Amalgam here. They get to block this. They do not. Can I afford to chill here? I feel like I can't. There's value in getting this down to remove the Archmage's Charm before Gearhulk happens. Now, I don't know that Edgar is good enough for Historic. We're doing all Historic today since we did all Standard on Friday and Saturday. And then the rest of the week, I'm probably going to try and do one Historic and one Standard deck each day. I think I chill on the Knight in case they have another Wrath of God. I might have even been wrong to play this, because I kind of want to draw a card before they Wrath me. And like, this incentivizes them to sweep. Yeah, it feels bad, man. Remember, chat, when living under capitalism, self-exploitation is always an option.
I'm not going to sit this one out.
It's really unfortunate that we only had one creature land in 6 lands. We have 8 creature lands in our deck.
Meditate and prepare.
Hey, thanks for the 33 months, Vengeance. Alright, we can go ahead and call it a day here. I would like the record to reflect, for people that haven't seen us play this archetype before, that there is a very good chance that our deck is not good enough. This is an archetype that we've tried in the past in Historic, and have, generally speaking, been writing off as being a little bit too slow and fair. One of the reasons is you get buried in matchups like this by their card advantage, and Sorin has a chance to change that, you know? Sorin is a card advantage engine of our own that we get to play. And honestly, in that first game, it could have been wrong of me to make a vampire, because my first Sorin would have lived if I would have just upticked it. It could have been right to just, like, hammer this and work towards the ultimate while drawing cards. Very, very good chance I sequenced incorrectly there. Overvalued the 2-3. We should try splashing blue for a Delver of Secrets. Stop it. Get some help. Is Lilith too expensive? Yeah. 5 mana's a lot. Yeah, four mana planeswalkers tend to be a tough sell in Magic's under-rotating formats, typically speaking. Joke's on you, opponent. I ain't have anything else to spend my mana on anyways. Well, they don't have a land. That's good for us. Shamans is very good. Okay, now with Thalia in play and 2 creature lands here, I'm pretty confident we're supposed to go down. Because they're 2 mana off of a sweeper here, thanks to Thalia. And they can't kill Sorin on the backswing here, which is nice.
Wallow in darkness, then.
No, I wasn't surprised by Cleric's performance at all. Cleric's is one of those decks in Standard that I think is incredibly underplayed based on how good it is. Archetype is very reasonable in my experience. Just like, look at like the Red Bull tournaments and others, people just don't register it. We drew more than 1 creature land this game, which is nice against their sweeper deck. It seems like really good if it draws a black source. And like black's our most common land, and even if we don't draw a black source right away, I have 2 plays. I wouldn't fault a more conservative player for mulliganing this, but you know. I'm playing a fantasy game where being a conservative is wrong. And gets punished, chat. See, look at that. Sometimes lucky. Be liberal with your keeps, chat, just like real life. Atheist, I think I might have missed your resub. If I did, I'm sorry. If I didn't, thank you again. I'm gonna Duress here. I don't want to play 2 threats out, because if I go like Knight Sungold, they could like bounce Thalia into They could, like, bounce Thalia into Sweep Me. Alright, so I'm going to take their Day of Judgment, and then we'll play this, and then if they portable hole us, we can double Sungold next turn. Alright, I'm gonna pass. Playing another threat out and then them deluging into a sweeper sounds bad news bears. Yes, we are going to make ourselves clueless here, which seems like the right play. Portable Hole is much better in Historic than it is in Standard, for sure. Lot more cheap threats in this format that the efficiency has a lot of value against.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
Thanks for the follow,
Just
Void
the trick
Sniper.
for this.
We're gonna do some sniping in Mass Effect this afternoon. Got me. I think that was a mistake on their part. I definitely was only gonna attack Narset with one thing here, because I don't think I can afford to play around a removal spell there. So I need to pressure them, so... I think if they'd have waited,
Not prepared for this.
they would have been able to save their Narset. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to do that, Taco. Wouldn't be here without those primes. They pay my mortgage. That's an accurate statement, Darth. The deeper a card pool is, the more cheap cards tend to get played. I think is an apt summary. I guess we take Borrower. Like, obviously they could have played it in response here, but like I have Despark for this Amalgam, right? Well, the fact that we exiled a bunch of cards from their graveyard means that they won't get to flip the Azcanta for an extra turn, so that's cute. Unfortunate we didn't get one more set of attacks in with our 3/2s. It's very possible that one of our Cave of the Frost Dragons should just be another Hive. Anthonice is not legal in this format, no. Nice. Nice. Okay. Our deck heard my plea. It's the 23 months sub part, Nova. Welcome back. The Exploit Dork with Castle Arden Veil is really cute. If their other card is also a counterspell for our Despark, we're gonna be in some trouble here, but if this isn't a good card, we're in an okay spot. Oh, they're getting priority, Vomit. Yeah, Luris is the best card in Modern for a reason. That is accurate. Let's see if they know how this works. Survey says... For reference, if you sacrifice the creature there, you do not get to counter my spell. Because the card that says when you exploit, do the thing is no longer there. Wow! Vomit. The top of their deck has just been all bangers. Just card advantage into card advantage into card advantage. Hopefully we can hit a creature matchup. If we hit a creature matchup with this deck and that also feels bad, I'm going to shelve this. This felt fairly impossible. We just got buried at every point, basically. Archmage's Charm felt like one of the big nails in the coffin for this archetype. Like, I think this deck was genuinely reasonable and historic for a small window. And then the control decks have just ramped up so hard in terms of the card advantage that they have. It feels like these honest mid-rangey decks just aren't reasonable. Yeah, honest aggressive decks tend to not exist. And in Modern is accurate. If they're aggro, they tend to be pseudo combo. Anybody who's been in chat been playing Modern recently, is traditional Burn a deck in Modern at the moment? Or has that deck been pushed out by other things? It's been a little bit since I've touched Modern, so I'm not familiar personally. Burn's still top tier? Okay. It's not like a creature aggro deck, but it's like pretty honest, right? So our opponent's playing Luris, and most Luris decks on the ladder right now are auras. And Thoughtseize and Skyclave Apparition are our two best cards against auras. So I'm going to YOLO this keep on the draw, because I think if we run off 2 lands, this is quite possibly one of our best keeps if this is auras. Colony Garden, they're playing food. Yikes. Yikes. Skyclave Apparition is still good against food. Skyclave Apparition is still good against food. And we hit a land drop, so we're not just dead. I'd like to dedicate these lands to everybody in chat who believed in me. To the haters, you can go watch someone else, because we don't need your negative energy here. Never didn't have it. Can this deck keep up with food? We're about to find out. The fact that we have all of these Skyclaves means that we can take their Trail of Crumbs off the table, and Trail of Crumbs is their card that really buries us. So... Jeff is colluding with Big Shuffler. So, I don't have anything else I really want to do with my mana this turn anyways. And them fatal pushing means they can't create a food. So I think this exchange is fine for us in terms of tempo. Gosh! Our 4th land is a tapped land? Never lucky, chat. Can you believe the variance in this game? What a tilter. What's the Golgari food payoff? Yeah, Squirrel. They're a cat oven deck that plays Squirrel and Meat Hook Massacre and stuff. I was about to be like, whoa, that's super aggro, and then I realized that the squirrel got bigger when they ate the food. That's cute. Cute. I really like the big red deck Precipic. The things we lost to were mostly fringe decks. It felt pretty reasonable. I liked the core a lot. There's probably merit to testing it without the snow cards and with the blue splash. Because like Magma Opus is technically a card that at any cost, chat. At any cost.
Nothing on Innistrad.
Not at some costs, at any cost, okay? Fun fact, chat. The first time I top-8'd a Star City Games Legacy Open, my deck contained the cards Dark Confidant and Tombstalker. Basically, my balls are huge, is what I'm trying to convey to you. Thanks for the follow, Cakes and Fork. I'd also like the record to reflect that over the course of that tournament, I won every single match that I won every single game that I flipped Tombstalker to Dark Confidant. Yeah, I took 8 3 or 4 times over the course of that event.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
It's a thin emote for, because I'm smart and thin. Being smart and thin is much better than being fat and dumb, chat. Alright, so I'm gonna take the Duress. I'm gonna Thoughtseize the Meat Hook. I think we're just chilling. We probably need Sorin to make some vampire friends to buffer our life total back up a little bit. Yeah, it's exactly right, Bob. Or press a pick. You're drawing Tombstalker with Bob. You know, you're drawing good cards. Easy game win. Let's get Big Red back in the queue with a splash, blue if you want, or white for Helix. Sounds good, Limpton. I'll probably be up Wednesday or Thursday. I want to space it out a little bit. Appreciate the support as always. Yeah, Marty. So I've physically removed the Elgato card from my computer at this point. Ooh, a piece of candy.
You fight for me now.
Get rid of the meat hook so they can't lure us it back later. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Skyclave their oven since I have so many of these. If the card had been cheap, I'd probably just throw it in a box and forget about it. But because they're 400 bucks new, I'm gonna try and RMA it and flip it for at least 200, I think. 200, couple $100 is a lot of money. I ain't Jeff Bezos, chat. We make an all right living here on Twitch, but we I guess a better comparison, we ain't quite ninja.
Balance may never be restored now.
Was it? Speaking of stuff for the kids, Declan was watching something on YouTube Kids the other day. I forget who the creator was, but it was about a kid having $10,000. Maybe it was a TV show on Netflix. I forget what it was. But I was like, Declan, what would you do if you had $10,000? He goes, I don't know, probably buy monkey money. Which, for people that aren't familiar, monkey money is the freemium or the premium currency in what's that? What's the game called? The Bloons Tower Defense. Yeah, Bloons TD. Both the boys, they basically ask for like 2 things when they earn a big reward and get something that actually costs money. They buy premium currency in mobile games and Pokemon booster packs. Those are their 2 hooks, chat. Bloons is great, no joke. Christy and I play Bloons with the boys, 4-player all the time. And if you have a Google family and you have Android devices with your group, you can buy 1 copy of Bloons and share it with the whole family via the Google way the Google Play Store works. So one of the upsides of the job that I have, Ewok, is this giant box behind me that says Train On it. The Pokemon Company sent to me because I've been playing some Pokemon games, Pokemon Unite, and I plan to do some Pokemon TCG, and that was just full of Pokemon card stuff. So I actually haven't even had to spend my own money on Pokemon cards for them yet because the Pokemon Company had the hookup.
A fair trade.
Nighttime Extreme, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Gonna continue eating the things they can get back with Luris here. Yeah, I was a little sad. So they officially pushed it back. So the new Pokemon TCG client is supposed to be coming Q1 next year. When that happens, we will 100% be playing it on stream. Looking forward to it. Yeah, Sorin clearing lands here has felt real good. I was expecting this matchup to be hard, but our disruptive tools have felt good here. It felt like we've played a competitive game here. We've been ahead even. I don't want to play out another threat, I don't think, because they are a Meat Hook Massacre deck, and I have enough in play right now. Thoughts on RTR block being remastered for Arena? I mean, it's definitely coming. That set has like a ton of really popular cards in it. I personally hope they remaster Shadows over Innistrad as their next one. I think it would be on theme with the other I think it would be on theme with the other Innistrad stuff we have going on right now anyways. RTR is returned to Ravnica. Darn magic zoomers! Don't know what RTR is? Get off my lawn! Rabble, 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 rabble. Alright, I think we Skyclave the Lurrus, right?
My secrets? Very well.
Very well. Do I want to stop this from getting blocked? I think I do. I think I'm fine trading, actually. I could fire up the Blinkmoth to give this Coven, but I think that's fine. Oh, I guess the cat comes back, though, right? Yeah, I'm dumb. I should have used Coven. I should have used Coven to give this Pro Black. Pro Black. That's fine. We're still winning. We're just winning by less than we otherwise would be. So it's not actually protection from black. It's hexproof from black and can't be blocked by black creatures. So it's effectively protection if you use it pre-combat, but it's technically not protection shit.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Sorin is so sweet and gentle with us, chat. We flip over that Thoughtseize, he's like, are you sure you want me to hurt you? Because he'll hurt you if you want him to hurt you, chat. But he always asks permission first. A true gentleman. 50 shades of Sorin, exactly. And we'll play Knight of the Ebon Legion out here because their sweeper is Meat Hook and we have enough mana to pay for this to be able to dodge that. I'll probably buy the Mastery Pass at some point. I don't know. The foils in this Mastery Pass are kind of mediocre. We'll see. Draw me those lands, Daddy.
Times call for dire tactics.
And start attacking with Blinkmoth now, because we can pump it. Oh, I guess with the Shambling Gas now, they can kill this and get a 3/3. This attack's a little loosey-goosey. Chat, the opponent's rank 162. They're playing big serious Magic, okay? Oh my god. For fuck's sake. And for reference, I can't pump this now because this is summoning sick. I'm just gonna go ahead and play my stuff out now. If they draw Meat Hook, we'll save Knight of the Ebon Legion, we'll still have a Sorin, we'll still have creature lands. Probably should have done this a little bit ago. I could have ended this game faster with better play. I've just been a little sloppy. Well, the Mastery Pass is usually for a newly released set, right? So they just have to kind of guess and choose. I would assume they do a mix of limited staples for commons and uncommons. Yeah, they usually do some cycles as well. Is that accurate? The last card could be a spell here, could also be a land. Psychologist. Thanks for the 3 years. Welcome back.
Secrets? Very well.
We just pass, right? I just want all my things on defense for Sorin. Thanks for the sub-gifty pierogi. You've gifted a lot here over the last little bit. I appreciate the support. Hopefully that's them just reading the ultimate and not them having drawn Maelstrom Pulse. Oh yeah, that's true. I probably should attack with the knight because it is a force block. That's a good shout. Vanishing Verse deals with their food. Fatal Push gets rid of their squirrel. Doomblade, obviously not good here. Thanks for the support, Cody. Appreciate it. I think the discard spells are actually bad here. I think Thalia's probably not great. Baneslayer in the air actually seems kind of okay, right? Because we could probably keep Oven off the table. Cast Down kills the squirrels. That's fine. And then do I leave in a couple of Inquisitions? I guess these don't cost me life, right? Cast Down doesn't hit Luris, but it hits the rest of it, yeah. Think I should put some Desparks in against their Luris deck, chat? Would that be a good play? Big art value from playing Despark, so you feel good when you draw it. That's true. Art appreciation mood. Sure. I think we're supposed to just do this. If I try and verse the cat, there's a good chance they village rights. This could be Fatal Push holding them priority too, though. Speaking of NFTs, apparently Twitter is adding a way for people to have their avatar pictures get a different special border if they have proof that they own an NFT of their avatar picture. Which I think sounds excellent because it'll give the rest of us sane people an API way to block everybody that's fucking stupid enough to buy an NFT. What is an NFT? It lets you, it is a proof of ownership for a JPEG. Proof of ownership for a JPEG. I think we Sungold here to get rid of the cat while they don't have a food. It's less resource efficient than playing this, but getting the cat out of play has a lot of value here. Imagine bitcoins, but somehow less useful. That's a good way to put it too. Imagine Bitcoin, but somehow less useful. I think we just take the village rates, right? Want to make that expensive down the line for them? Yeah. At least we spiked the land here.
Out of my way.
I think we do this because the lifelink seems important for buffering our life total. Because the cat with the meat hook in the oven. Oh, they forgot to loop. Good beats. Good beats. Oh, I missed that they have Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's unfortunate.
Not gone my way.
Yeah, there are definitely people that are making money with NFTs, just like there's definitely people that are making money with cryptocurrencies. Remember, chat, there's always someone that makes money in a scam. Thanks for the follow, okay, bro? It is an excellent way to launder money. And unfortunately, they have this stupid Phyrexian tower in play, so I can't even Vanishing Verse the cat here, because they'll just get to sack it in response, which is what I said. That being said, we're actually in a kind of okay spot, right? Because I get to attack for 5, then I get to drop Baneslayer down here, and then they're dead on board. Well, I guess they gain life from looping the cat and the food, but like we have we're in a fairly stable spot. Crypto is legitimate the same way MLMs are legitimate. Yeah, you're technically getting something, but the profit resides in the speculative investment pyramid scheme at its core. And sure, there are people making money, but there's also a significant number of people that are being left holding the bag. It's one of those like, yes, technically, but also no. All right, and at this point, we're gonna move along from the cryptocurrency NFT conversation that I started. I take responsibility for it. Remember, if you want to talk about nonsense like that 24/7, the Capitalism Casino is a channel in the subs Discord where folks talk about that type of stuff. Also, a number of those topics fit into hashtag politics in the server occasionally too. The Discord, if you're not in there and you're someone that supports my content, great place for talking about all sorts of stuff. Games, magic, politics, crypto stuff. Number of really smart, great people in there as well as myself. Hey, thanks for the 3rd of a year, okay, and welcome back. The Blinkmoth is summoning sick. This is an energy counter. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. My income from Twitch is higher than what my wife makes as a business analyst, but the insurance her company provides, like, with all her benefits and value, probably still a bit lower than me, but she makes an okay living. We're plenty comfortable. The value of her company saving us from having to spend 30 grand a year on health insurance is nice. So they have Meat Hook here with Luris, but remember, X has to be 0. Luris can only have CMC of 2. What's the value of her insurance and Pokemon cards? Yeah, also, cost of living is, like, pretty cheap where we live, too. Our insurance costs lower. No, not usually, Mr. Mark the Shark. Cost of living is like gas and housing. Housing is the biggest difference in cost of living in different places. A lot of things are pretty comparable. Like, you know, my 3,000 plus square foot home is like, you know, under 300 grand. Or I guess since the markets have been crazy, it's probably over that now, but we paid under 300,000 for the home that we live in. That was the beginning of 2019 we moved in here, 2018, one of the two. All the years blur, chat. Yeah, our deck was genuinely impressive there versus the food deck. I agree. Hopefully this is a creature matchup. I want to see how we do against like merfolk or shamans or humans or something. I think we're supposed to lead Thoughtseize. Okay, sweet. This is a creature matchup. It's a combo creature matchup, but still a creature matchup. Scurry Oak is a combo piece, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. Food drew poorly in game 1. I mean, we had discard spells and stuff. The food deck has a lot of air in it, with a couple of really high impact cards. Undercover Hippo. Thanks for the quarter of ear. Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what the especially job for like remote work looks like in the long term, with more places going remote because of post-COVID. Like one of my buddies worked for a school in Champaign, and they gave the option to all of their tech people to go full remote if they wanted to during COVID. And even once they got their metrics under control and the vaccines are out and stuff, like they're still letting people just full remote permanently. And something like that, I could see, you know, people moving, keeping their salaries from there and moving to places that are even lower cost of living. As we have more jobs that can be done remotely. That could be an equalizer a little bit. Lacola, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. I think we just make a token here, right? The Skyclave can't take a token. And if they want to take Sorin with the Skyclave, we get a 4/4 later, which sounds good. Yes, companies are starting to see the benefit of not paying for office space as well. It's a money saver. That's great, Martian. That's kind of scary. Kind of need a Skyclave Apparition of our own. Start drawing some cards. Thanks for the Prime, Big Sky Noob. Yeah, I can't even imagine, Soju. Thanks for the 3rd of a year. I think we just dropped Baneslayer, right? This Moon Dancer is about to be huge. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the Vampire back to chump block with it. Yeah. I don't know. The Knight of the Ebon Legion isn't super useful, right? I guess it could threaten to trade with the Death Touch activation. Thank you for your very clever message, DJ. Our Sorin is very good at drawing us lands, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Feels like an uphill climb, shit. This voice is about to be cleared for liftoff. This is definitely an all Doomblades on deck matchup. I've got a bunch of fatal pushes and stuff in the board and some sweeper effects. I don't think we're fully in garbage time yet. Like we need to deal with these, but like I've got a few card draws on board. And like we have 4 Skyclave Apparitions in our deck. We hit a couple of Skyclaves where we're in this game. I mean, does the Vigilance really matter? Like, the Baneslayer attacking isn't that meaningful anyways, right?
What's one more grudge?
And when we draw 2 lands, we'll concede here. I guess Sorin gives me one more look.
Under my watch, neither vampire nor human.
This is where the Magic the Gathering happens. Right here on your TV screen. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do. The deck the opponent's playing just reminded me of a YouTube comment I got yesterday, chat. It's honestly like, I've read some pretty outlandish takes on YouTube, but this might honestly be the worst slash dumbest slash silliest one, whatever you want to call it. I had someone comment on the Cleric Pod video that the Cleric Pod deck wasn't playable because they printed Thalia into Standard. And for reference, for those that aren't familiar with the Cleric Pod deck, 4 copy of Pyre of Heroes is the only non-creature spell. And their logic was Pyre of Heroes is only barely playable at 2. So if Pyre of Heroes ever costs 3 mana, you just lose the game. Just can't. It's just not good enough. Can't do it. No, they understood what Thalia did. They were just under the opinion that if it ever costs 3, it's just like unplayable. Can't win. We definitely gotta murder the Dancer here. Goodbye, Tony Danza. Alright, chat, they are technically 1 card away from their infinite combo. Our Blinkmoth Nexus here catching up just a little bit. Oh no! Oh no! We have to take the Scurry Oak, chat, but they have Collected Company too. I'm scared. I'm scared, chat. Come on, just put a tree into play. Honestly, if they probably just hit like any 2 creatures here, we're likely dead. Yeah, like they didn't infinite combo us here, but like we just can't win this game anymore, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be done with this. I'm probably gonna post this video set because the match against Food was like good magic and was interesting, but I feel like those match 1 and 3 there kind of highlighted well the squeeze that this deck experiences in the format, right? Like the control decks go over you. We just don't have enough interaction to keep up with the Collected Company creature decks, and you kind of just take it from all sides. So, this is felt blah. That being